What's up, everyone? This is Spencer with Best Props today, and we have our four, almost said three, our four favorite picks for Thursday night football. We're going to be looking at some player props for the Dolphins Bills game in week 2. But first, these are our results from Monday night. As you can see on the screen here, we hit this 6Xer with Brees Hall, Debo, and Jake Moody. And we also hit 7.25x here on Underdog with this anytime touchdown parlay. Absolutely crushing it. This was another one from Monday Night Football. And then Thursday Night Football, we also hit a 5x on chalkboard. Friday Night Football, that Packers Eagles game was absolutely huge for us. Here's another touchdown prop. We had Derrick Henry 6-0 on anytime touchdown props last week in week 1. It was an absolutely great week. AJ Brown, anytime touchdown, got him too for plus money. Devonta Smith over 4.5 receptions, absolutely crushed it there. So we ended up plus almost 25 units, 24.91 units in week 1. So that's where we're coming from. We're on an absolute heater here, looking to keep it going for week 2, starting with Thursday Night Football. Now, my favorite pick for Thursday Night Football here on PrizePicks is Josh Allen anytime touchdown. And as you can see here, he scored 2 touchdowns last game, 2 rushing touchdowns. It looks like he's going to be an absolute bulldozer in the red zone once again this season. He scored a rushing touchdown in now 15 of his last 18 games. James Cook is just not a great red zone back, and the Bills have a ton of success running that zone read with Josh Allen and James Cook. That's just enough to throw the defense off and get Allen, who's 6'5", 240, an absolute beast in the red zone, to go and score the touchdown himself. They also like to use him on play action, getting to the outside, giving him that run pass combination. I think he's going to get this in this divisional game against the Miami Dolphins. So we're locking in Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. Now, we have to think about game script here, and the Bills love to run the football. That's why I like James Cook over 14.5 rush attempts in this game. That is my prop pick number 2. He's gone over this in 8 of the last 10 games since run-heavy offensive coordinator Joe Brady has taken over the play calling. So the Bills here on a shortened week of rest, I think they're going to sort of sit on the football here, run the ball heavily, take the air out of the football, keep that explosive Dolphins offense off the field, and just run the ball until they control this game. So, as I said before, Cook over 8 of the last 10 with Joe Brady, offensive coordinator. He had 19 carries in week 1. I think this is a close game, and I think the Bills keep running the football unless they're down by like 2 scores. So I like the game script to go there. And then, of course, if I like the Bills to run the football, play keep away, keep the Dolphins on the sideline, that means I'm going to be taking some unders for the Dolphins, and that's Tua under 270.5 passing yards. As you can see here, we got his game log up for last season, 173 passing yard against the Bills at home to end the season last year. And that was a crucial game for them, where they needed that to win the division, I believe. So if we have Tua under his passing total, we have Josh Allen to run for a touchdown, and we have James Cook over his rushing attempts, then to correlate all of that and give us a better chance of cashing, we're looking at Tyreek Hill under 95.5 receiving yards. I know he went off for a $130 in week 1 and a touchdown, but the Bills, the Bills are better at scheming him. I know there's some questions about that Buffalo secondary, but he has not had a great history against the Bills. Now we have a shortened week, and it's a divisional game against a team he doesn't have a ton of success against. We can see he had 82 yards the last time he met Buffalo. And then earlier in the season, only 58 receiving yards. I think the Bills are going to somewhat keep him in check, keep him from ripping off that big gainer like the Jaguars did not do last week. So if we put all these picks together on PrizePicks, we're going to get docked for our correlation, especially of Tyreek Hill under, Tua under. That's going to be 4 picks to 9x, even though it's supposed to be 10x. PrizePicks will penalize us for that correlation. But on the other hand, Dabble Fantasy will let us do that and keep our 10x payout. So I know this is a PrizePicks video, but I want to communicate to you guys that you don't have to be loyal to PrizePicks. I know it's probably your go-to, and they have a lot of really good promotions, Taco Tuesdays, the whole Caleb Williams over half a pass yard for the first month of the season. I love playing those promos over there too. But when it makes sense to get a better payout on a different DFS site, I am absolutely going to take that. There's no reason to be 100% loyal to a DFS site. Go where the better options are, go where the better payouts are. So, as you can see, we have Josh Allen anytime touchdown. Boom. Pick number one. We have Tua less than 268.5 passing yards, playing that game script theory on a shortened week. We have Tyreek, and we got a little extra on this under 96.5 receiving yards on that. James Cook over 14 and a half rush attempts. As you can see, that's going to 10x our payout if all these cash. And I think if we get James Cook over, there's a much higher probability we get Tua and Tyreek under, just going off of how game script goes, or vice versa. If Tua and Tyreek are not having a great game, and especially with Raheem Mostert out, Devon Achane dealing with an injury, there's a chance that the Dolphins don't move the sticks like they usually do, especially on short rest in this divisional matchup. So I like things to play out there. I think this is a good spot to take some unders. So we can put this all together on Dabble Fantasy. And actually, if you sign up using promo code BEST at Dabble Fantasy and deposit $5, they will give you $25 free. So you will have $30 in your account there to go ahead and test this out, play on the site. You can put $10 down on a parlay like this, mix and match with what I have and what you like for tonight. It seems like everyone's taking the overs tonight. And so that kind of had me second guessing, like, am I missing something here? I know the over under is 49, but I really like the under. If I'm going to take a straight bet, it's going to be under 49, just because it is that shortened week. It's a divisional matchup. The Bills have been pretty decent at containing the Dolphins offense. And if the Bills have their way, they're going to go for those long drives, run the football as much as possible, which you can run on the Dolphins. I know they have some solid players up front, but Tank Bigsby last week for the Jaguars was just ripping off huge runs against them. ETN had a little bit of success too until he fumbled and basically gave the game away. But I like that game script here, and that's really pointing me to the under for Tua and Tyreek. I know those are not popular plays. I know that is not what you want to hear, but we're taking that for 10x payout here on Dabble. Like I said, deposit $5, promo code BEST, and you can, let's see if I can do this. This is my first time doing this. Boom. Oh, I did it. Dabble Fantasy code BEST, BEST. Deposit $5, get 25 instantly, $30 in your account. Do with that what you will. Have fun. play on PrizePicks, do your thing over there, but then also, pardon the pun here, this is a terrible pun, dabble on Dabble Fantasy. Um, like I said, promo code BEST will unlock that free $25 for you when you deposit 5. These are the states that we are in. Let me try and zoom if that is possible for me. I don't know where my zoom feature is. Available 25 states. That includes California, Texas, South Dakota. I know I have a ton of South Dakota listeners. Just kidding. Maybe I do. Hey, if you're from South Dakota, just put it in the comment section. Give a shout out. They are also in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Oregon, Wyoming, etc. My home state where I live, Minnesota, as you can see by the Wolves, and the state where I was born, Nebraska, as you can see by the Nebraska hat and helmet behind me. Anyway, so get that on Dabble Fantasy. And also, a lot of people have been asking, like, oh, this guy's just a yapper. Uh, why should we listen to you? And hey, maybe that's true. Maybe I am just another yapping face on the internet. But I've actually been doing this. I've been doing fantasy football for over 10 years. Here is me for NBC Sports doing a DFS write up. This was back in 2019. I'd worked for NBC Sports Roto World for 8 years. Been doing this fantasy, playing and writing about it full time for more than 10 years for NBC Sports, Yahoo Sports. I've been to a daily fantasy live final. Uh, this is what I do. This is what I spend all day doing. I'm not just a pretender, trying to yap at you guys. Well, like I said before, maybe I am yapping at you guys just a little bit, but I can actually back that up through a solid body of work. And this was back just to show you. You can see right there my name, and this was 2014 doing some injury Q&A for Yahoo Sports. So and you can also look up, just Google my name. As you can see, I looked up that NBC Sports earlier. You'll get my Twitter. I was managing editor at props.com before starting my own thing here at Best Props today. Yeah, I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as I said, but look up all my stuff. RotoWire, I was a contributor for them, Betting Pros. This is what I do. I research fantasy and props, and then I go out and I write about those things and I bet on those things too. So, DraftKings Nation did a stint with them as well. Now started my own thing over at Best Props today. And I send out a newsletter every morning with these picks. You can get those, scan the picks, take what you like, leave what you don't. If you want to sign up for that, I'm going to drop it in the comments below. But hope you appreciated this video. We're going to have many more NFL picks this week for week 2. Hopefully we can replicate our success from week 1. So that is it for today. Subscribe to the channel to get all the rest of my picks. Sign up for the newsletter if you want to just read those picks in a couple minutes without all the yapping in between, as I am accustomed to do every now and then. But anyway, good luck on your plays tonight for Thursday Night Football, and happy cashing.